Hey guys, Alina here directly from Barcelona and our interviews with the expats in Spain.
Yay.
And today we have amazing guest, owner and CEO of COOKONA, Sabrina.
Hey, thank you.
Hey, hey. So Sabrina, I know that your journey is really interesting and emotional. So let's start from the beginning. How many years ago you moved to Spain?
So I was finishing my university 2010, and we had the possibility to actually do a last internship while being still in university, and I decided to do that outside Germany.
Okay.
So I applied for London and some places in Spain, and at the end I moved to Mallorca to work
Okay.
in a 5-star hotel there and to finish my studies. I studied hospitality management, and I just started working in a 5-star hotel, and that's
Oh.
how I moved to Spain in January 2011.
2011. Okay, wow, 13 years ago. But how you felt as a German student in Spain? Did you feel welcomed, or you were struggling with the language, or you were thinking, wow, it's a heaven, I want to live here? Share us more like your first experience.
Yeah, so since it was Mallorca, it was an island where also a lot of expats live, especially Germans, as you maybe know.
Exactly, that's true.
So I thought it doesn't matter if I speak fluent Spanish or not. I will just succeed somewhere with my Spanish, with my little of Spanish and my quite good English and French. But it wasn't the case. So I really analyzed the situation that if I continue not speaking Spanish, I will not be successful in the country.
Okay.
So I actually studied each single day. I had like a little book with me when
Okay.
I finished the internship, and each single day I asked people in the hotel, can you please tell me what were you talking about? And since we also have on the islands the little issue of Mallorquin, so they also speak their own language like Catalan, a lot of times I was like just misleaded by if this is now
by the words.
Castellano and Catalan, well, Mallorquin. But yeah, it was quite a struggle with the language at the beginning. I need to admit.
Yeah, because I remember I have a lot of struggle too with the language. And how you think, what period of time it take for you like to feel a little bit confident, let's say?
I think it all is connected to how many people in your surrounding actually can just speak Spanish
That's
with
true.
you,
That's
and
true.
how many people are directly continuing speaking in language you know. So I would say, because I had people in my surrounding who were just able to speak Spanish, I quite learned it fast. But I also had the necessity to learn it fast because I knew I don't want to go back to Germany after
Okay.
half a year. So for me it was super important to learn the language in the half a year and then to just start somewhere. And I actually continued working in the same hotel, but at the reception. And this was, of course, like the reception, like the front office manager told me, you will not be able to work here if you don't
Without
speak the language.
Of course.
It doesn't matter if you speak fluent French, English, German, we don't care.
Wow.
Because we do the turnos and the shifts, the shift changing, we do everything in Spanish.
Wow.
So
You should. Wow, but actually it was like really deep dive experience,
Yes.
no? Like in the culture
Yeah, it
in
was
the
heavy.
Spain. Exactly.
was
How
heavy.
you decide that you will continue, because you understood I want to continue, I will study Spanish, and what was next? So you were living in Mallorca, and after that, how you actually ended up here in Barcelona, where we now?
That's a really good question. So, how this happened is quite an interesting and not long story, but actually unusual story, because at the end, living in Mallorca, I was working as a personal assistant for quite a rich family, billionaire family, German one, who's also friends of the king and queen of Spain. You know, they have their own port on Mallorca. They have a lot of companies.
Okay, I didn't know it.
So
okay.
they also had their own plane. So my boss, she literally had 2 passports full with stamps, and she always told me about traveling, seeing the world. And I never moved outside Europe. I always stayed because I was so focused on my career. I always was working. apart from school, university. So I was really focused to make my own money in early stage of my life. So there is no time to move outside Europe and just explore other continents, you know. So while working for her, I saved a lot of money, and I decided after 2 years working for her that I would like to go on a world tour.
Okay.
And this is what I actually did. And in the world tour, I knew also, because I had such a good spirit with her, about just being business owner, and she was business owner of so many businesses, you know. She had like one caja fuerte full with escrituras, you know.
Exactly.
Which I needed to manage. So I got into the flow, the vibe of, hey, I want this.
Wow,
she was actually the first person in my life who I said, wow, I'm feeling inspired by this person. Like, I was like just looking up to her and saying, wow. Amazing woman, amazing
So
woman.
it was not about only dream life, it was about dream person, no? That you decide like
she really
role model.
Yes, because in my surrounding, in my environment, my family surrounding, my parents always had their own business, but they never quit their job in a company because they always wanted the safety.
Ah, really? So they did both?
They did always both. Always, yeah, they're also hard workers like my sister and me. So I learned that from them actually. But on the other hand, I also learned to be afraid of creating a business and just let the secure company, you know,
not to go in this unstable field.
Yes. And for me, seeing this woman was like, wow,
it's gonna be
like
this.
You're 25 and you're like seeing someone who's like amazing, you know, and she eats single day with, back then she was 71 years old, each single day she came to the office.
Wow.
And she spoke with me, she treated me so well, and I was like, wow, amazing.
Like mentoring you, actually.
Actually, yes. I told people when they said like, wow, what do you earn? I said, actually, I should give them money because they teach me so much, you know. I learned so much for life. Wow. So much which I'm still using in my daily environment, being a business owner. I use daily. Just when I just think about her, she's like, for me, super important.
Super important.
Yeah.
So I always say, when you move abroad, it's really amazing to actually study language, to after that, to actually connect with local people who can inspire you to build your local life.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people like, you know, we have this, I can do it by myself, everything I can do, but you can.
No.
But it's better to go with someone, and if it's local person with like this background, wow, what can be better?
No, was incredible.
So she inspired you. And after that, what was like your next step? After that, you were thinking, wow, maybe I can do something.
Yeah, so on the world tour, I definitely knew that I would like to get inspired for finding my purpose of what I would like to create as a business. Because I studied hospitality management, of course, I will not create a hotel. I will not be a hotel manager. I would like to really do something from scratch. And then it just like with the months traveling, slowly traveling, I did like a trusted house sitter thing where you just sit the houses of people for free and you take care of the pets. So that was one of the main reasons why I was able to continue traveling for so long, because I didn't have so much cost.
Of course,
and then I went to New York and I actually ate my first ice cream sandwich. It was 2 cookies with ice cream inside, and it just changed everything.
Wow, really?
Changed everything, because for me, I really normally not remember my dreams. I forget them, or maybe they say that you just end your sleeping cycle so you don't remember the dream. But that night I woke up the next morning and everything was so clear that I opened an ice cream sandwich store with cookies in Barcelona.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Because a lot of people tell me, why you didn't go back to Mallorca? You knew everybody, you were like super well connected. I had an amazing life there, you know. I had everything. I had a motor, I had a car, I had my own flat, you know, I had everything, and I just sold it for the dream of traveling.
Wow.
But then again was the moment, okay, what should I do now? Because now traveling is like...
Now you fulfill one dream, you want to fulfill another one.
Exactly. So my next step is this one, so how can I do that? So I just moved here,
And you didn't live here before, didn't
No.
have any connection with the
No,
city, with the
I
business.
didn't
Wow,
know
girl,
one
you're really
person.
risky. Huh?
Yeah, I was risky. But I had some money still left from the savings. I saved a lot of money before the travel, so I had still 20,000 left for building the business, which is in retrospective nothing.
Ah, yeah?
Nothing. Like,
Okay, guys, 20,000, it's nothing sometimes.
No,
You should know.
No.
Because sometimes, we feel the money from the perspective of the kind of owner of the money, but not of the perspective of the person who need to kind of, cash in. And when you begin, you kind of, wow, it's nothing.
So now when I do business consulting, and I also did it to many of my friends I met along the way, I always tell people like, just doing the interior design, someone who's just an architect and has background with interior design, she wanted 60,000 euro for just that.
Wow.
And there's no license yet.
Yeah,
and the license cost me 15,000. So my parents told me, we give you 10,000, so you have 30, but please. So my mom moved here for 3 months in summer, and we just did all the construction together. Like, I know how to do putting tiles on the wall because my parents bought a house when I was 6, a really old one, 100 years old one, and we just renovated the whole house with years. When my mom and my father had a little bit more money, they spent it in renovating more. So I learned everything. But still, for me it was risky because in the moment I signed, okay, now I need to pay for minimum 1 year each single month a rent of 2,000. You
need to produce for that money.
Exactly, and I started without having 1 cent. I didn't even have money anymore for the tables. So my mom said, like, what should we do? Like, you open tomorrow, you don't even have tables. And I said, you know what? Listen, we will cut, because I had two signs outside planned. One where COOKONA is standing, and the other like cookies and ice cream. I said, we cut the one in half, we put it, and I have some cuerda still left over from the estanteria we did ourselves. And I said, we just hang them. And my mom looked at me and said, like, okay, we have 2 tables. Yes.
Wow, that's
and this is how I started. And each single, like my parents, each single month when I had, and I was profitable the first months, which was really
perfect.
good. So but I also needed to give back the 10,000 from my parents. So each single month I gave also 1,000 back to them. So I really needed to produce. And at the beginning of the business, the cookies were 190, not like now 4 euro. So I needed to sell double.
Okay, so 190, it's kind of 1,000 cookies only to cover up the rent.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, at the beginning, I really a lot of time thought to myself, what I started doing here. Because, when you start a business, especially if you're not really aware, because I would not say I was stupid, but I was naive. I was super naive. And I thought I had it all figured out. Just coming here and thinking, I will just rent a local, like a shop. No, it took me 1 year. I came here February and I found a shop the year after I ran my second marathon in Cape Town in South Africa. And I said to my friends and to my family, if I'm coming back and I don't find a shop, because I'm searching 1 year. And the first year was really struggling. I didn't have a place. I rented a co-working space for chefs. I baked there, then I started to think, where can I sell the cookies? So the co-working era started in 2016. So I just went to all the co-working spaces. I know all the founders of all the co-working spaces because of that.
Wow.
Like Artico are founders. Now they have like a lot in Barcelona. I know the founders because I was the person selling my cookies there in the first one.
Wow, that's amazing.
When people come inside and say like, wow, it's really hard to have a shop, I said, no, baby, it was hard not having a shop. Now it's easy because people come to our place.
Exactly. You don't need to kind of go and struggle and to be there and cook on their place. I even can imagine that. I think it's a hell. I don't know how you were managing it.
No, like when I just tell you the first year was so, like I have so many stories to tell. One really interesting, really funny one is that we were the only store in whole Barcelona with Deliveroo back then who was on the 3rd floor. I lived up here, the 3rd floor, the first years of living in Barcelona. I moved away from the place because I was just here the whole time. And I said, I need to move away from my business.
It's like all these old businesses, where the granny, she's cooking there,
and I said, like, I just go 5 minutes, 3 hours, So I said, I need to move away. But back then, I lived upstairs, and the shop was not even yet planned. It was like another place here inside. So the riders always called me like, Where's COOKONA? I said, we're on the 3rd floor. It's like, this is not possible. I said, yes, it is possible. Because I had the license from the co-working space for chefs that I can produce there.
Okay.
And then back then, Biggining also didn't have electric Biggining. So I was always going everywhere to the co-working spaces with the mechanical bike. With my backpack from the world tour, 400 cookies in my backpack. And it was good because I lost all the weight I gained while I was doing all the recipes. I had like 10 kilos I gained while doing the recipes. Okay. And this also helped me.
It's called business balance, no?
It's called, this is extremes.
This is extremes.
So this was the first year I went to all the food markets. I met all the food bloggers. They came for my inauguration, my opening party for free because everybody saw me struggling so much. I had 30,000 euro to open a store, which just the license cost me 15,000 to have the license to sit and to bake inside.
Exactly.
Because if
and
you
it's
don't,
still zero because you need to produce like thousands of cookies.
Of course. Wow. So this was like really heavy.
And you did it by yourself. Just tell us a little bit more because guys, you need to understand this woman during the first years, she was cooking, she was baking, she was making everything and she was selling and living here. It's just like, tell us more about like this period, how you as a still kind of expat who are still kind of not a local person, was struggling with not only business but building it from the scratch. How did you manage it?
First of all, when I said in the beginning of the interview that I was naive, it was a plus. Because now, when I look back at what I all did, I would not have done it again.
Exactly.
So it was really good that I had no clue what I'm actually doing. Each single day I thought like, okay, this is better, like step by step, like little steps. And I thank my parents, and we cry at the telephone so much about my I don't know, like my really beautiful moments I have with the company. And I just say, thank you so much for giving me the education you gave me, because without you, this would not have been possible. Yeah. I know so many people from rich families and they just like spend the money like crazy and they're not successful with the business because they don't do it with their blood, you know, like with really like the energy of putting everything inside. And I struggled so much that for me, there was no plan B. The only plan B I had, if I will not succeed, I can still go to the bank and say, hey, now I need a credit because my business was not successful, but I still need to pay the rent for 1 year. Exactly. That was my plan B. That was the only plan B I had. Exactly. And so if not, I'm screwed. B,
exactly.
And I didn't want to screw. Yeah. So another really positive point, which was helping me so much in the first year, that I went to so many events and well, whatever it was, like whatever. I went to everything. So one of them was fuck up nights. I don't know if you know, in Barcelona.
Yeah, of course.
So I went with my cookies, sell my cookies there. But the good part is I saw all the people talking about their fuck ups.
Yeah, exactly.
Founding a company and failing in Barcelona. And it was like each single week, it was so much learning for me. Because you, of course, when you're clever, and I would consider myself being a super clever person, I just connected the dots and said, okay, this I will definitely not do and this I should do.
Exactly.
Because from their failure, I can learn to do it much better.
Exactly.
And like this, learning, doing, failing again. And I failed a lot, and I was like, without my friends and my family, and some of my employees, which were helping and supporting me so much, I would not have continued. Because you understand, there are so many days where you just, after working from morning to night, and before COVID, we were open from 11 till 10, and I did all the office work in the morning or in the night.
From 11 to 10?
Yeah, each single day. No day off, no even day closed. So you have your kid, your baby, working, functioning, and you're worrying about it. Not like an office where you go from Monday to Friday, and then you have 2 days like chilling. No.
Because your business is your baby, literally. You need to take care 24/7.
Totally. My sister had their baby the same month I opened the store. We talked to each other on the phone. It was like we talk about the same thing.
She has a kid, you.
Literally, it was super interesting that she was like talking about how she's like behaving with the kid and how it's working with her kid, and I was like, wow. It's like screaming like my shop, screaming like my business,
screaming like my business.
And if I don't take really good care of it,
he was like, bye, mom.
Yeah.
But you start to talk about employees, and here I want a little bit like dive in this topic. How you felt with the help of other people when you start actually to employ people, because you told me that how many years you were working by yourself?
So I think last week when I was talking with my boyfriend about when I was sending my last CV in my life, this was for the company, the family I worked for. So now we are talking about 2012.
Ooh,
I did my last CV. So
wow,
now we are 12 years of
exactly.
me not being hired by someone, just like going with the flow, with my lifestyle, you know, like. Also in the first year when I started the business, and of course it didn't work as I wanted it to work, I took care of kids, of dogs. I did everything. I did everything to survive. But the employee question is really interesting because you don't learn how to treat employees. And no matter whatever you can learn for business, this is, I think, the only thing you just need to experience. And if you're not good at it, you will fail, and I failed. I failed many times, I can tell you that. With all my honesty, I can tell you a lot of times I said, I didn't react well. I could have had much more compassion or much patience with people, but I just didn't know it better.
Exactly.
So when I saw that somebody was treating my business not the way I was treating it, I said, I really like, I felt personal attacked.
No?
Like how you cannot treat my business the same way.
Because that's a problem, it's not the kids, you know, and it's always like this distance, you know, because when you have your business, you all in, all your blood is there and all sweat.
Overprotected.
Overprotected
And overconscious. I see everything. I tell my employees when I come inside and they're like, wow, you see everything. I said, I could work here blind and I would see everything. Because I know each single corner because I designed it. And I built it. And I worked here
like
more hours than in my home.
Millions.
So if I don't know what is happening here, but I see everything. I go inside from here to the kitchen in 2 seconds. I'm a scan. I can tell you how many people I saw, what are they eating, if it's already in the cashier, who's the next person who gets something. I see everything. It's crazy.
But how do you think? It's your personal kind of quality, or it's a little bit quality from German side of you? How you think?
I always say that I'm not really a big fan of describing me of one nation, because now, especially that I worked as an expat for so many years and also traveled the world, I don't have this I'm German person anymore. Like for me, this is like, of course, I have values which are quite German, I would say, but it's not that I would describe myself as a typical German person. It's more like my parents gave me a really good education. And this could have been from wherever, you know. It's not that it's
still you.
Exactly. What I really can tell you that seeing, and normally this is like in psychology like this, that you mirror your parents somehow, you know, and they always showed me if you work hard, and if you are honest to yourself, what you're doing, that it's good, you know, that you can sleep well at night, then it's something to continue and to just nourish also, you know?
Yeah, it's actually amazing and it's really motivating, because that's what I felt from my parents too. They were like, I said, what do you think about all my crazy plans or all my crazy starting? And they was like, girl, if it's fulfill you, just continue. It was so funny, because sometimes my mom, she even didn't understand what I'm doing, literally. She was like, girl, just explain to the neighbors that. Is it true? You know, she even didn't know. But she said, girl, you just go with yourself, you like it, I like the photos, just send me something. And actually, it's so helping, you know, because it's not about like, you can do this, it's like, okay, maybe you're doing shit, but you have fun, so don't worry, just continue, it will be better.
But it's a way of supporting the person, because there will be many people, and I had these people in my life when I did the construction, people coming by, what are you doing? So I explained, no, this will not work out. Or I had people coming inside, where are the sandwiches, where you don't do salad, or where you do not do salty product. And I was always like so close, because at the beginning, explaining people, we do cookies, you know, they're filled, they're homemade, they're not like Chips Ahoy, the really bullshit you can buy in a supermarket. We have cookie dough, which is also homemade, you eat it like it's raw dough. I needed to educate people.
Of course.
And there were so many people who said, like, just took sandwiches. And I know I would have succeeded with this. I know, but I would have killed my business idea. And the first year was struggling because of that, because it is so tempting to say, okay, let's just do it because this will work safe.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you go the really difficult path,
Yeah.
and you say, I will continue my vision because I know one day will pay off.
Yeah.
And it paid off.
When it's paid off, tell us like of this moment, like let's say break moment, you know. So 12 years you are here. So 6 years ago you opened the store. No?
So I opened it 2016. I came here. The idea I had in New York October 2015. So now it's 9 years I had the idea. Actually, yeah, exactly now 9 years. Then I came here 8 years ago, and the shop I opened 7 years. So it took me another year to open the store.
Okay.
And since then I have it, and this was all roller coaster because I created COOKONA with the imagination to one day sell it. It was created so also I can franchise it possibly. So everything you see, and people always come inside and say, where are the other COOKONAs? And I said, there are not yet other COOKONAs because
I was thinking about that. You remember we were speaking about this?
Yeah, a lot of people tell me this. But actually it was made to be sold one day, but of course with good money. So 2020, at the beginning of 2020, I had some really interested people from the Arabic world who wanted to buy it. One who was just like a bank owner in the Arabic world. And yeah, we all know what happened March 2020.
What is exactly, fuck, it's COVID.
So boom, boom, boom. We just received a really big order of more than 2,000 euro with ingredients. I had like 500 eggs here laying, and we needed to close. And I was like, fuck. Finally, I was really like just managing the place without really coming here anymore, because I think I had six employees back then, because we were open from morning to night, not like now. And I was like, shit, what should I do? So I knew that this will not stop from the one day to the other. And I also knew that people with Erte, I will still not be taking after COVID is over.
Yeah.
I don't need these people because I will be broke.
Yeah.
I will have used all my savings.
Yeah.
And then I still will fire them. So what should I do? So the first day I was just brainstorming at home, crying so much. And I fired all of them.
Wow.
But with the personal talk via video call, and I told them, I will take a look at your CV. I want that everybody of you is rather continuing studying or working in a supermarket where I know that you will be safe after COVID stopped. Because I will not need you. I rather fire you now
than promise false promises,
of
course.
In month where I need to fire you and then everybody is searching for work. Because this will happen to all of you.
Yeah, that's true.
So I rather give you now the chance to react quick. And I fired them the day after. No Erte, just one girl. She was pregnant, unfortunately. So Spain didn't have a law for pregnant people in COVID, so I needed to pay her fully.
Yeah.
But she was a really important person in my life. She helped me so many years of just stick around, not closing the shop, just not break down, basically. So she was amazing.
She was like a business family, let's say.
She was family. She was family. So I paid her nearly a year. Bueno, and then after we went back kind of to operate again, I was in the counter on my own. Nearly 2 years until I hired the first person.
Oh, again?
Yeah.
Wow. So you make kind of two roller coasters.
I was starting all over.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I lost a lot of money in COVID. A lot of money. I had a lot of fixed costs.
But did you deliver during the COVID?
So, yeah, it was quite funny because at the beginning we didn't have masks. So I used my sleeping mask I had from the World Tour when I was on the plane, you know, the Lufthansa sleeping mask I used for my, I still have pictures and everything, you know, crazy. And I just came here with, you know, wrote my own paperwork that it was illegal to go out.
Exactly.
You know, but I could write it because since it's a pastry shop, they are falling under bakery, essential food.
Yeah, exactly.
So I could do that.
For me, it's essentials, girl. Come on, I eat cookies every day.
Yeah, it's essential. Yeah, it's essential. So I could come here, but we were not able to make money, basically. So I was kind of like doing it with Excelist, and people give me Bitsum, they give me cash. Then I started with another cashier system, so it's not connected. Well, it was like it was a Leo. It was like not really nice.
Yeah.
And the worst
You
part
were surviving.
I was super surviving. I did the GoFundMe. I did everything. I started from scratch, but with another, with another mindset. And it was the first time I felt like, shit, I failed. But it was like more than an external failure because I was not
about you. It's
directly
force majeure.
It was forced that we needed to close. It was a good try actually for my ego, for my pride. People always told me, wow, you can be so proud of yourself. And I never, I'm a marathon runner. So for me, running a marathon and finishing something I can be proud of because I finished it. Running a business, for me, I have really few moments. I had one actually 2 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, a beautiful moment of really being proud of what I created because it is a moment where I went to a hospital because of a really ill child and the mom wanted to give the people in the hospital some cookies and I delivered them myself. When we have kind of really special deliveries, I always do them myself.
Super.
I don't care. I will never ever send a Glovo to these people,
Of course.
I really want them and I went, I had a smile, they're like, who are you? You're amazing, you give so much joy just coming inside the hospital. Of course, they see just ill people each single day. So for them, seeing someone alive, be healthy, they were like, then of course, with cookies. These are the moments when I just go out of the hospital and I just cry of happiness because I know that we do so well, Also in COVID, I delivered so many cookies to ill people. Where friends were over, they were not able to visit each other and I was just going somewhere. Or when we didn't have the cookies to be sold, I went to the hospitals and just gave them for free.
Yeah, of course.
So these kind of things were really crowning me again. And it was so important that this happened. Wow. Really important.
Actually, that's what I felt during the COVID, that I kind of ground myself because I was really into my touristic business and everything. And after this, I began to talk to people and a lot of people, they were struggling. I was I have the problems. But some people coming and saying, Alina, I have 100 employees and we are fucked and I'm closed and I don't know what to do. Yeah. And you're like, wow, this is the problem. Yeah. And when you begin to look around, you're like, wow, everything actually kind of going down and let's help each other, let's support. And that's actually the common, the help, support of each other. It is the best. And it's amazing that you help to another people while actually you need help. I think that's
it just felt really right.
Strong.
I'm high sensitive, so I'm always connected to my environment a lot. And going back, for example, working for the family I told you about, they were really in secret and private. They always refused interviews, magazines, newspapers, because they always wanted to have their private life. And I adapted that too. So I shut down my Facebook, my Instagram. I was completely removing a lot of my people around me because I felt like I can just completely go into this kind of workflow and also lifestyle when I adapt to their lifestyle.
Exactly.
And the same happened also with COVID, with everything. I just, when I feel like I have the senses. I just feel. As much as I feel how to do business right. It's the same.
Wow, perfect. But now, girl, after all these roller coasters and all these victories, how you feel today? All this trip that you take, all this journey to your successful business and through your life and your adaptation through your life as an expat here, how you felt the Spain is treating you and the world is treating you?
So the first initial thought I had actually from the beginning when I just still were in the internship, but also kind of already thinking about moving to Spain, keeping my lifestyle. It was actually blue sky. Because I don't know if you know, in Germany we have a so-called winter depression. So I had a winter depression for many years before moving to Spain, and I just felt like I can't deal with the gray sky anymore. This gray sky we had these days, and it was for me shit already. One day for me is already should I stay home? This is a normal lifestyle in Germany. And for me, having blue sky, it's not even that it's warm or cold. I don't care really. For me, there's not, the temperature is not an issue.
It's about brightness and blue.
For me, receiving the vitamin D and really feeling how my body charges with good vibe, And I'm a nice vibing person, and I knew that if I am staying in Spain, this will always fill me.
Exactly. You always will be recharged and you always can actually enjoy your life.
Always.
Actually, it's resource that you always have.
And this in other countries where there's just no sunlight, we don't have this happiness, you know, just people talking with each other. Also, like just going out at night and not feeling unsafe. Because people are just out. You know, in Germany, when there's getting darkness, you don't see. You see weird people on the street, especially like in not the big cities, you know, or like just drunken people. But here, just people have another lifestyle. They go out late night and you're just vibing.
Exactly. Actually, late night, everything only beginning, no?
Love it, love it. I'm super nighty person. I love to be out at night, and I just like the vibe. I just like to go running at night. No, I love it. It was initial.
But how did you find actually your community? Because I know that a lot of people who are moving, they're thinking, okay, I will study the language, I will open the business, because you kind of can control it, let's say, but it's hard to control in other people. So did you struggle with that or no?
So this is also some of the things happened in 2015-16 is mindfulness. Jim Rohn, you're the average of the 5 people you're all surrounded with, and I just heard that and I said, shit, Sabrina, you want to be a female entrepreneur in Barcelona, you don't know one person and you don't know any female entrepreneur, so what should you do? And I started creating an organization called Female Entrepreneurs Barcelona the first year.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. Toma nota. And we at the end, when I left it to give it to another 2 women in the organization, we were 700 women.
Ooh, wow.
So I knew that if I would like to successfully start a business long term, I can just do that if I have the right people around me. And this was for me, how can I get there as quick as possible and as successful as possible? Like, where can I have the best outcome out of my struggle? Not knowing
just
anybody.
To share the journey.
And I just created my own thing.
Wow, perfect.
I did a kind of a meetup group, and I posted on Facebook. We had a Facebook group, and it just like, wow, it was just exploding. And I realized also, fake it until you make it, because there were so many women who were coming to our events. And I said, hey, I'm still working in a company, but I'm really coming here because I would like to feel inspired. I really want to do this. And they had the same mindset, but you know, a little bit like slower than me just directly opening their own thing. And a lot of times I thought to myself, well, actually, you should not be here right now, but I keep you because I love that.
Exactly.
I love that you have
because
the spirit and
Yeah.
you want to do that. You really want to do that. And that's the first step to actually analyze what I can do. Being surrounded by the people you would like to be.
Exactly.
So yeah, it was just also a lot of learnings, a lot of meeting really interesting women and also friends.
Exactly.
Because as I said, I had no person here in Barcelona.
Exactly, because to move by yourself as a woman to a new place with a new language, with new rules, with new everything.
Everything.
Wow.
Everything.
So you could just create community. And that's
I just created my own one. I just created my own one, and actually it's a little bit sad to say, but in the moment I was at tope when we had so much work, and it was starting in 2018, 19, before actually COVID happened. This was really like where, wow, COOKONA was just like going up the roof. Rocketing. Also a lot of food bloggers were coming. Never paid once. Barcelona Secreta posted a year ago, no paid. They just came because, you know, boca a boca, you know, mouth to mouth. And I just was like, okay, I'm on the goal. And then I just like kind of removed myself from the organization because it was not fitting me anymore. I just because fulfilled my purpose.
Exactly. You kind of, you give to this baby like everything what you can, and this baby can continue by himself. Wow, girl, what a journey! What a journey!
And
actually,
it's just like few, you know, and just like few little points.
Exactly. But I just don't know you so long, but I didn't know like the half of what I heard, and I was like, wow, that's a huge story, girl. But you know, I always kind of try to make a little bit of retrospective and. Like now we have maybe another girl from Germany that are looking now for this video, you know, and she's checking on you and she's thinking, wow, maybe this is a sign for me to move to Spain or to any another country to be entrepreneur and believe in myself. What advice you can give to her, like to this girl that is sitting there, she's in the beginning of her journey and you are kind of moving ahead. What you can say to her, kind of where she needs to start, for what she needs to look?
For me, it was a lot of mindset. I really had a goal, and in the moment I knew in New York when I had the dream, this is my goal, and I will do that. So I never moved away from this. I always kept my goal really strong in front of me, and of course I still needed to do some side works, you know, like kind of also understanding, okay, the recipes and stuff, but I always had my focus on opening a store. This was like the main thing, and on my way, and sometimes I think it was nice that I had this year to actually understand what it means to have a certain license, you know, that the pastry shop with the obrador and the degustation had another license style and without seats. So I learned a lot, and that's why I now can consult companies.
Exactly.
Because I learned everything by myself. I didn't hire people and say, okay, do it, I give you the money. I did that. And
exactly.
I highly always, especially in gastronomic places you would like to open, be the first person working in the store. I had people surrounded by me failing because they thought, oh, I will hire 10, 12 people at the beginning. I will spend some money and more employee. No, wrong. This is the worst thing you can do, that you think, okay, I have a good business idea, I don't need to be in the store. Gastronomic place, olvídate. Forget it. You need to learn everything from scratch, and it's not learned by the university. So many things I learned myself here from just experiencing it myself. No professor gave me the knowledge of this. It was really just a try and error, and it was just always be consistent, be flexible. If I would not have been flexible in the last 9 years, olvídate. Flexibility, consistency, like really focus each single day. I had many moments in the morning where I didn't want to go here, where I had fights or where I felt really bad or whatever, you know, woman, period, whatever, just didn't want to go. I wasn't able to call anyone.
Exactly, because it's like you.
There's no co-founder.
Sabrina, I cannot go. No, you should. Okay.
So not having plan B was helping me actually, because you know, when people say, I studied this, I can work on the whole world. But when you open something physically, like where you have a store and people come, you cannot say, today I'm not opening because I feel bad.
Exactly.
It's not working. People give you 1 star immediately, you know? So,
and you have a lot of stars, by the way, guys. It's the best cookies in Barcelona. Like, it's like thousands of people who said, wow, I love it. And you are really working good about your reputation. I think it's really important too, because it's not only what you provide, it's about what people talking about you, what they see, what they carry with themselves from the store. It's a lot of involved.
Consistency. Like, people were not like here a lot of times and thinking, she closed earlier, or today she's not open. Consistency. That's why I said we are open each day. We're like McDonald's. They know that they can come here and they have a really good cookie. But the consistency is like in a really big company. That I always want people to feel safe, that no matter what, when they are coming, they can be coming and going inside and have fresh, nice homemade cookies, you know?
Of course, because we need this kind of base, you know, because actually we are building our world from these micro habits, and actually that's what keeping us alive and keeping happy. I know that today I will drink this coffee, today I will eat this cookie, tomorrow we'll go to this restaurant, and this map of actually small moments of happiness, that's what keeps us actually recharging. And you're one of the really
the little key factors. No, same. And we have so many clients coming always. I'm even myself, I love to go back to places I love. I love that. I love the treatment. I love good service. And when people come in I always call it the house. Like, this is our home. So people come inside, we welcome them, we ask them, how are you? And not just because it's like a floskel, we just say, how are you? I was more psychologist in COVID times than I was a pastry owner. I can tell you that. Really. Like, I was
this emotional support.
Emotional support. I saw so many people in these 2 years who didn't see other people than me. Who just saw me, who just said, okay, today I will treat myself with my mask, I will come here, I will take a cookie. And then I was just talking to the people.
Wow, that's good.
You know? And of course, this is what I most love about the business, that you actually create a space with love, happiness, that people just come and they can just enjoy. We have so many moments during the day which are really stressful, and this is oasis of
like a peace, like a peace land. You enter
I come here to enjoy, and I always wanted that That's
Why
why
not?
also for me it was super important not to create more, myself, more stores, because you will lose the magic.
Of course.
In the moment you create more stores.
Like this moment of personalization, of course, you cannot kind of copy yourself.
No, and it's also not special anymore.
Yeah.
You will not transmit the same.
So you were thinking about exiting, and now you are saying that no, I'm liking to continue. So you changed your perspective during the way, you know?
So first of all, now that I struggled so much, it's for me like unnecessary to sell, because I know that now I can take so much time off, and I kind of retired 2 years ago, so I'm just doing basic work, like about 5 to 10 hours a week, which is for me in retrospective nothing to 80 to 100 hours I did exactly before. So for me it's like when people tell me, yeah, but you still work, you know, I still see you on your phone responding emails or doing this or talking to your employees. I said, believe me, this is nothing.
So now you're working only 10 hours
Yeah,
per
depends,
week.
depends. Of course, now when we have more traffic in the store, I always support my team. Like, for me, it's also not there's someone higher ranked than, like, nobody knows that I'm the owner. Like, I am, like, you know, I have the same working clothes or whatever. I do the same work. You know, there's not like, no, I don't touch that.
Exactly.
Like,
of course.
all the contrary. I touch everything. And I was never like this kind of person who said, no. No, I'm the first person showing my employees, hey, we are in this together, we are a team, and there's nobody doing less or more or like just doing this. No, for me this is not working.
Exactly, of course.
Because this is our home, and we are in a family, and we stick together, and we do everything possible to make the experience of the client better.
Exactly.
This is my wish.
Exactly.
That's why I do this.
Wow, girl, you have a huge vision. Actually, I would take first of all some classes from you, and I think like consulting that you are making it's really important and amazing, because like share your vision, share your knowledge, and share your journey is like the best, because sometimes what you need is kind of to be accelerated, and how you can do it, connecting with the people who already spent all these years on this way, you know.
It's really funny because now, of course, I think to myself, I'm 35. I created all of this, you know, in my 20s. What is happening next? You know, what is my next journey? Or should I continue like this and just see if something new comes to me and I don't need to force, you know, of course. You know, I of course ask myself this question because I identify myself as an entrepreneur.
Of course,
I'm not a pastry chef. I didn't learn that. I created this because I wanted to create this. I wanted to create something nice. But of course I can implement this now to another business. And I know from the bottom of my heart that will work.
100%. Because with this, I think nobody of us have adapted, girl. Nobody.
And this is actually my power. This is my superpower, that no matter what will happen in the future, I know it is possible. I have really big trust in me. And this is the only security I have. Because another COVID can happen, another closed door can happen, another whatever, another disaster can happen. And I just know that I will survive. And this is so comforting me. And I am kind of swimming in discomfort a little bit now, because I didn't have that for many years, that I lived in so much discomfort each single day, thinking, shit, today the numbers are not good, what can I do? Okay, I need to do this, okay, maybe I should do more of this, no, maybe I should remove this. If it's Instagram stories which were paid or whatever, or like hiring maybe another person to improve the profit, whatever it was, but it was always like kind of like flexibility, but also trying, adapting. And now it's kind of, I'm not scared anymore. Like, I really can tell you that all the problems in the business already happened. And if now somebody's like, Sabrina, we need your help. And it's like, chill. It happened to me already before. We had water in the store, we have whatever. I will make it work. And I will fix it. Like, I'm not a problem seeker. I'm a solution finder. You know, like, for me, also the word problem is already like, they are just solutions, because the problems come automatically. I don't need to force anything. It's just happening.
You just question and answer. That's it. And your reaction on that.
And now I'm super chilled. And this is so beautiful that I have this with my early age already. Because so many people have this in their 50s, in their 60s, where they feel like, no, I can relax. I can relax. I don't need to prove, you know, I don't need to prove anymore.
Wow, girl, it's so beautiful journey, and I'm really glad that I know you on this point of the journey, you know, because actually you were building your dream, you were building your dream life, and now you're on the moment when actually you have it, you feel it, and you can enjoy it, like, and you can be really calm in it.
Yeah, now it's the first time I'm enjoying.
Girl, give me 5.
Yeah.
Girl, I'm really proud of you. I'm really grateful that actually we made this interview, that we talked.
Thank you so much.
It's my big pleasure. Guys, please comment and send the stars to this woman, because it's just like beautiful, everything what you said. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for honesty. And what I can just tell from my side, like, really wish you to have like more and longest years of this feeling of enjoyment, happiness, you know, with COOKONA, whatever it goes, and with new business or this business, whatever what you will do, I know that you will be just like skyrocketing always, because it's you, and it's
it's a spirit. It's a spirit, and I definitely have it. Like my mom, to maybe end also the conversation, she said, like, it was really clear from the start point that your sister will be a sports teacher and you will be the salesperson, because she was showing and training the kids with rollerblades, you know, and skates and whatever in the streets of our hometown. I heard my parents having a conversation that we had a walnut tree in the house, and walnuts are super expensive in comparison to other ingredients. Little Sabrina, being 6 years old, pick up all the walnuts on the floor, on the ground, in our garden, ask my mom for little bags, put them in little bags, put my little baggie in front of our house, and I sold walnuts when I was 6, 7 years old.
Okay.
And she said, this girl definitely will sell something in her future.
She will hustle.
You know?
Perfect.
And this is actually what happened.
Exactly.
So I can tell you, whoever's now listening, I think we all have it inside us really early in our stage. And it just needs to come out.
Exactly.
And I had some people in my life who fortunately were giving me this path, you know, like kind of showing me,
and motivating
I want
you
that.
Exactly.
This is exactly what I want.
Exactly. Guys, so if it's this exactly what you want, please, first of all, you can contact Alina and I can help you with the building your dream life in Spain. And second of all, please come to COOKONA, try the best cookies in Barcelona, and just enjoy not only the product, but the owner that creates all of that. Thank you guys for watching us. Send you big hugs and see you in the next video. Subscribe to my channel.
Yeah, please.
Kisses.
Do that.
Thank you
so much. Thank you so much, guys. And thank you for your time.
Girl, it was amazing. Give me a hug. Wow, I didn't know, like, not the half. I didn't know, like, there was 70% of it. Well, there even more things.